Now, that's better. Not too exciting out here on the road, but oh well. Yeah, it's entered some shade, so it got a lot darker. It's unfortunate that it can't self-adjust on that, apparently. That's two disappointments with the GoPro. No zoom feature. Not really even a digital zoom pre-processing. And the weight on my head is noticeable. Camera and the mount probably weigh close to the same amount as my helmet. So there's some fields you can look at. Those houses. Not exactly exciting. I'll probably take it down to Alligator River Refuge when we get back from our big trip. Take it down there. Of course, at that time, I won't be able to get on any of the real back roads because they'll be protecting the waterfowl breeding grounds, which I get. I totally get that. So, that's blood sugar running a little bit high, but that's okay. Right now. Got a north wind this morning, which is kind of odd because it's pretty warm. It was 60 right when I woke up, which was early because the dog got me up at about 6, and I went to bed, not really that early, I guess, about 10. Didn't sleep very well, which is not unusual. Lucky and get some wildlife today. Occasionally see a deer on this road. Maybe warm enough the snakes are moving. We'll see how far I get. Got a little late start. Just didn't feel very hungry when I woke up. That is unusual. I waited till almost 8, almost 2 hours before I ate. I actually thought I might ride before I ate to see how that went, but just about the time I decided I was going to ride, I started getting hungry. So I didn't think that would go over too well. Yeah, pretty boring. Not exactly the same kind of video footage you'd be getting from the mountain bike boys up in Whistler or something. But my mountain bike days are over. as if there's any mountains anywhere nearby. Even when I had access to the mountains more frequently, I didn't do it that much. And definitely no single track. I just watched those guys in DuPont State Forest when I was working over there, and the way they would have to negotiate basically what looked to me like a moderate to maybe even slightly difficult hiking trail with a mountain bike. I could see disaster. And then after what happened with my colleague Margit Bucher's husband flying off a mountain out in Tucson and ended up eventually taking his life after a couple of months of struggle in the hospital, I decided that's just not my bag anymore anyway. And these guys mowing, they don't know what they're doing. They're idiots. Knocking over political signs, mowing private roads. No habla. Bullshit is what it is. Just nod. Whatever you say, they just nod because they don't know what the hell you're saying. Even if I spoke Spanish, they would probably just nod. Tree-lined road. I am grateful for where I live, that I can go on this ride, and I don't have enough battery to record the whole thing, because it's going to be at least probably an hour and 45 minutes. But I would be shocked if I get passed by more than half a dozen cars on a 27-ish mile ride. We're going to do something about that. Take care of that. There we go. Now we got a crosswind so I can go a little bit faster, kind of get warmed up. I probably ought to do more warm-ups before I ride. Of course, this afternoon I'm going to be kayaking. I don't think there's any way I can use this strap on my kayak, although I'd love to see how it operates, but I'm sure I can get some kind of grip or some kind of bracket to attach it to a kayak, and then I like to put it on my canoe too, especially while I'm out squirrel hunting. Of course, you'd almost need to really do that justice. You'd need two cameras, one on me with the gun and one at the squirrel. But then again, I mean, they're moving all the time, so unless you're, I mean, I've got to get pretty close. Make sure I hate injuring the things. I went Monday, had 7, got 7. Unfortunately, the first 2 I got didn't expire before they hit the water, so I had to take them out, dispatch them manually. I like to, as soon as I hit them with the gun, like to dispatch them so that they don't suffer. But there's squirrels, and there's tons of them. Tons of them. The most I've ever gotten here before was probably 5. But early season, I bet you most of the ones, if not all, they were off. I didn't have a single mature one. I mean, totally sexually mature. That takes about 2 years for a squirrel to become sexually mature, a year and a half maybe. So these were all squirrels that were probably born last fall or maybe even this spring. I know one was because he was tiny. I felt bad about that one, but you can't tell with a squirrel that far away. But anyway, I guarantee you most of them, if not all of them, would have died this winter from exposure. Because, you know, as we say in the squirrel hunting, or really any hunting, early season is awesome because they're stupid. The animals are stupid. Because if they weren't stupid, they wouldn't be out there at that time. Not that there's probably more than a couple of people that hunt squirrels in that creek regularly, but it's because there's other things out there that hunt them. Hawks, in fact, I saw one. I thought he was after